Dignity Without Danger is a British Academy-funded research project that brings together academics from Liverpool John Moores University, Tribhuvan University and SOAS, working with 6 NGO partners in Nepal. We recruited 6 local researchers to explore the complex menstrual stigmas and taboos, with the aim of generating creative outputs to help break the silence and reduce discrimination faced by people who menstruate. The dominant narrative in Nepal is the image of women and girls being confined to cowsheds, but this extreme practice only takes place in certain parts of Nepal.
Menstrual blood is often seen as being impure, and this belief is at the heart of the practices that exclude people who menstruate from spaces and activities, from sleeping in the same room or bed to entering the kitchen or touching plants and people to visiting religious sites and participating in religious ceremonies.
These nuances of menstrual practices vary across Nepal. They change over time from place to place and even from house to house. They are not only found within one religion, which is a common misconception. Local religious, traditional and spiritual leaders play an important role in maintaining and reinforcing traditions.
Our team has visited all 7 provinces of Nepal to interview people from a diverse range of religious backgrounds, genders, age, caste, ethnic groups and abilities. Visual methods have played a really important role in the project.
From March 2019 to July 2019, we visited 6 districts in the west of Nepal: Kanchanpur, Acham, Dailek, Jumla, Rolpa, and Kapilvastu.
This team visited Mohottari, Dhanusa, Solukhumbu, Ilam, Kaski, Baglung, Bhaktapur, and Makwanpur to ensure we explore the complexities and diversity of menstrual beliefs, stigma, and taboos.
In 5 months, we spent more than 75 days in the field, talking with women, community leaders, religious leaders, teachers, and government officials. Initially, we took these pictures mainly to record our presence, to capture a moment with the participant or an interesting place or event. During field visit itself, we shared these pictures and recording in our Facebook Dignity Without Danger groups with our wider research team. Pictures allowed us to capture what our participants were observing and experiencing in their daily life. Text allowed us to capture the voices of participants, but it was pictures and videos that allowed us to capture the environment, the ecosystem, and the belief system within which the menstrual practices were being carried out. For example, trees covered in shiny red women clothes, makeup and accessories, which participants told us was a way they worship Bandevi that reside in that place and ask her for her forgiveness. These pictures allowed us to visually capture the thing we were observing. We took more than 200 pictures in our field visit, and during coding and analysis, these pictures were crucial, not only to put faces in the interviews we were analyzing, but also reminded us of experience we had in community. It allowed us to remember and took us back to the community within which women were telling their stories of observing exclusionary menstrual practices.
Collaborative filmmaking is a visual participatory research method in which participants are trained to create, analyze, and screen their own films to address a critical topic. In the Dignity Without Danger project, we utilized collaborative filmmaking as a participant-centered approach to systematically collect stories and experiences on film. In this project, the 2 films were created by a group of 20 women from far west Nepal about their menstrual experiences. This study will help us to build a deeper understanding of generational differences in menstrual attitudes and traditions. The collaborative filmmaking process starts with training. In this study, we conducted an in-person training in the village using GoPro cameras, storyboarding workshops, film direction activities, and more. Next, the women were given the equipment to create their own films in the community. The first film is a documentary called 8-Day Journey that provides a detailed look into the lives of women's practices and traditions during each day of their menstrual cycle. The second is a short drama that tells the story of a loved village grandmother who believes she's been cursed and fallen ill from being touched by a menstruating woman. The women also wrote and recorded 5 original songs that unpack their experiences and feelings as menstruating women. Due to COVID-19, we've been working with the women remotely with short visits when possible over the past 2 years to create these films. After creating the films, the women were invited to sit down with the research team to discuss the films and provide insight about the sounds and visuals showcased. The last step is to screen the films in the community and with the broader public. This includes academic spaces like conferences, but also film festivals and in targeted screenings with key decision makers. For this project, the first public premiere of the film will take place at the Kathmandu International Mountain Film Festival in the capital of Nepal, in which the filmmakers will fly to Kathmandu to represent their film and interact with the audience. The study team and filmmakers will also screen the film with policymakers to develop a deeper understanding of the opportunities for using film and creative methods to reach decision makers.
And my experience with the filmmaking is so life-changing, and I believe it is same with the women. I still remember at first they were very hesitant and shy to open up about their problems they had to face during period times, but slowly they open up and they bring that inside the movie, which we all can see, and that is very important for me and which I'm very proud of. I think the impact of film making is so positive in their life as well as in my life also. Now everybody can speak up for themselves without any hesitant.
The theme empower local women to work on their menstrual issues, express ideas, and also increase their access to policymakers from local to the national level for social changes. Thank you.
As well as filmmaking, the Dignity Without Danger project has engaged with creative artists to bring together researchers and NGO partners. Carlo 101 have used a range of visual methods such as zine making, sew and tear sessions, emotions and movement workshops, as well as holding sessions on how to use social media. These have all helped bring the team together to gain deeper insights into their own menstruation knowledge and experiences, as well as explore the wider stigmas and taboos which surround periods. Using creative methods has created safe spaces to explore these issues and has brought the team closer together. In 2020, the activities had to go online, and Carlo 101 put a call out for artwork on menstrual products to help us celebrate Menstrual Hygiene Day, which is May the 28th. To support this, short video clips were made to give people ideas on how they could visualise menstruation. Submissions from all over Nepal and internationally were received, with over 58 individuals and organisations putting in work. Carlo said that this exhibition was one of their most inclusive and diverse shows that they have ever facilitated. The work was shared in a number of ways. A virtual art exhibition received over 32,000 clicks, and it was also shared on Carlo's and Dignity Without Danger's social media. We also made the work into an online book available via issue, and we also produced hard copies to distribute to NGOs, and will include this in our toolkit which we are developing. The research team have also shared 7 stories from the 7 provinces visited to represent the range of menstrual experiences within Nepal. Carlo 101 are making these into public art murals that will have an augmented reality element to it and are going to be shared in December in Kathmandu. We hope to build on this work and share this more widely in the new year. Engaging with creative artists is helping Dignity Without Danger reach a wide and diverse audience, taking our research findings beyond our own networks. Visualising our key messages helps us to make our research more accessible.
I had a great opportunity with working with Dignity Without Danger. I traveled to the West, a few communities in the West, talking to people there about the various taboos and menstrual practices, because there is only one narrative that comes out in mainstream media, that how all the women are banished to sheds. With Dignity Without Danger, I could explore this more, have a first-hand experience as to what really is, and share that with the audience. Stories of Nepal. So I went to these communities and I spoke directly with the women, the girls, the religious leaders there, women who've been advocating safer and dignified menstrual practices and spaces for the women there. Women who have championed the issues. I learned that the narrative was not very inclusive. That was in the mainstream media it was not inclusive, and that there was a lot of changes being made, and then people from these communities have joined together, formed groups, and have started to raise awareness on menstruation, on the taboos, and how they can break it, and how they can lead by example. I'm happy to know, that there are real heroes who live in these communities and who are worthy of the accolades because they're doing a wonderful job in the field, where they have to face different forms of discrimination, harassment, abuse, just because they menstruate. So they are at the forefront of this revolution that is ultimately going to create a better future for all the women and girls in the community, and by doing that, it's going to be a better future for the entire community. I'm truly grateful to Dignity Without Danger for allowing me this opportunity, and all of these stories can be found in the Stories of Nepal blog.
We have conducted interviews with 30 menstrual activists from across Nepal for a Celebrating Activists book, which is set to be released in 2022. Although this list is not exhaustive, and there are many more people we could speak to, it starts to paint a picture of the depth and variety of work being conducted by so many people. It emphasises the diversity of approaches that are needed, from education and advocacy to inclusivity, from water and sanitation issues to product awareness and production, and from creative commentaries to policy issues. A common theme that arose in the interviews is to stress the need for dignified menstruation to be considered a human right. As a visual resource going forward, it will provide educational inspiration and references for people interested in the field.
Global Action Nepal has been in the mission of improving quality education and gender equity. In the present context, gender equity has been an issue due to various reasons. Menstruation is one of the reasons prevailing in the Far West and some other parts of the country. A single effort will not be enough to respond to such an issue. We require multi-pronged approach and collaborative effort in all levels. Visualizing menstruation is the key to help engaging people and their community. Global Action Nepal has been leading to develop a menstruation education toolkit under DWD project in collaboration with government line ministries, MHMP, with the support of GIZ. The menstruation toolkit is to bring all research outcomes and materials together for all age group of people in Nepal, so that we can make this toolkit as much as inclusive and accessible to all to create an equitable society. Thank you.
Our menstrual education toolkit workshops have helped to categorise and evaluate the resources that are already available in Nepal and highlight areas that require more focus and development. Graphic design has played a key role in visualising and combining the rich creative responses from this diverse project, creating a strong, recognisable identity for the team to use across presentations, outputs and social media. Developing an iconic illustration style was also imperative to be able to communicate situations while respecting the anonymity of participants. We've also worked with our partners to produce radio programmes to reach a wider audience across Nepal. All our research and responses to our creative outputs confirm that a multifaceted approach is needed to address menstrual issues and taboos, which is why it is imperative that governments, NGOs, organisations, activists and academics collaborate to bring dignified menstruation to all. We engage our global audience using our social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Please do follow us and provide feedback. We are all in this together.